If you do struggle with timings in the salon, if you're a hairdresser and you think, oh, I'd love a really quick way to be able to layer hair, this is it. From both of us. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. So on today's video, I'm going to be showing you the quickest and easiest way to layer hair, whether it's wolf cut, butterfly cut, a shag, long layers, short layers. This is my go-to sectioning pattern to achieve a really customizable look. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So when it comes to this sectioning pattern, I will draw it all out for you. It basically works on the planes of the head. So the flat points of the head, because everybody's got a different head shape, head diameter, size, whatever we want to talk about when it comes to everybody's individuality. But this sectioning pattern works on the planes of everybody's head. So when we're working through and we're sectioning, we're just going to work on that flat point. And as soon as the flat point ends, we're then going to go on to another plane of the head, which is a flat point. And the way that we can tell of when it sort of ends, if you just put your comb there, and when the head starts to curve away from your comb, so you can see there, the head's flat on the side, and it starts to bend away from the comb. If I was to put my comb there, it's flat, and then it starts to curve away just there. So that is how we can really use this section pattern on literally everybody to create different looks, whether you go longer or shorter, because it is working to everybody's individual head. Let's get into the sectioning pattern. So before I jump onto the mannequin, I just want to draw it out for you here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a standardized hot cross burn quadrant section. So we're going to go center parting all the way back to there. So we'll go down to center back. We'll go from the high point of the head. So we're going to be looking at going from ear to ear through there. It will probably vary on each head, on each high point. Again, everyone's got a different head shape. High point could be here, could be here, could be slightly further back near the crown. But again, this is why we do it, because it makes the haircut fit the individual rather than the individual fit the haircut. So let's say we go here. We're then going to draw on the plane of the head. So we're going to go an inch back from the hairline, and we're going to draw an inch up to the ear. We're going to work on that plane there. And again, we're going to work on that plane there to there, that plane there to the occipital bone, and then that there to the occipital bone. So we create a top diamond section on the top. When we're cutting, we're going to be over directing and elevating up towards that point, middle point, to create those layers that just have fluidity and they just blend all the way through. So how it looks here, we come down straight down the back of the head, inch above the ear. So then we're going to come through there to the occipital bone, and then there through there. So we've got that section, which are that section and that section. On the side of the head, we come down like that, inch from the hairline to an inch above the ear. That section there is that section there. And then likewise on the other side. And then this will come from there down to that occipital bone. That section there is this one here and that one there. Simplest sectioning pattern in the world when it comes to wanting to put, but when you want to work towards a trend-led haircut, this is what you should do. Now I apologise again, I'm wearing a black t-shirt, but my wardrobe is black. And I'm working on a dark mannequin head, but I'm going to make it very clear for you all so you can all see. So I'm going to get this mannequin all wet down, and then we'll get the sectioning pattern in, and we're going to go through the haircut step by step. So if you're a hairdresser that really struggles with timings in the salon, or you think your haircuts take longer than they should, putting in a sectioning pattern like this and being able to manipulate it and understand where sectioning should be, where they should go to and from to create different haircut trends. Because I think that's one of the biggest things. When clients bring in inspiration, sort of like pictures, content, they'll bring it into you to sort of create. And if you've never done that in your life before, how are you expected to know straight off the bat like that? But if you've got a go-to sectioning pattern that you can put into the hair to break it all up so you can see it, right, I've got to do something with this if it's shape around the face. I've got to do something with this if it's to put a perimeter in. And then we can start to layer through the top. A lot of the haircuts right at the minute are shags, wolf cuts, butterfly cuts, long layers. Bobs are coming, but I can use this section pattern for bobs. And I've done a bob with this very recently to isolate that top, put in my baseline, and then start to layer through that top to give a really sort of textured look to a bob. Right, so what we want to be doing is we want to be putting in some face framing, not bangs as such, face frames. People always wonder the easiest way to do this, and I can tell you the easiest way to do this. We've already got it sectioned out all here because we've got our layering section already sectioned out on top. So you can see, let's get it leveled up. Straight down the middle, straight over the top to the top of the ears, and we've got this diamond section through the top, sectioned out, we've got the hairline all exposed. So when it comes to wanting to put in face frames or bangs or anything like that, the best way to do it, I will show you. Down that middle part, I'm just going to draw a tiny little triangle just there, coming straight down the middle. And we're going to find our guide as to where we want it. And I would say, let's do it there. Shall we? Let's do it there. So my finger is resting on the chin. There we go. Now we've got all of this to the back of the ear to play with. So what I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is split it in half. So you can see there's half, and then there's half. And I'm going to push it up to that what we just cut. So pushing that up to there, so I can still see my guide, which is there. So I'm over that middle, and then bring the rest up and into there. And then this is what's going to give us the face frame. And like I said, there's the face frame. There's the guide, sorry. There. Through there. So there's our shape around the face. And then to add a bit of connection to there and the back, I've just wrapped this all the way around from that middle section, straight down there. I've taken this and just wrapped that right the way to over the middle again. So straight through there, wrapping that around. Want to make sure I've got even tension coming over that ear. We just find the guide, good guide there, and that just connects that through there. And we'll do exactly the same on the other side. So we find our guide in the middle that we cut first. We find this, we split it in half. We then pull this to there. I can see my guide just there, poking out. I want to make sure I'm over that nose. And then first of all, I start with finding the guide, putting that blunt line, soften off, and then grab the rest to the ear. Again, see my guide. That gives us that lovely face frame again. We then grab this section through here. Tension over the ear. Doesn't have to be really tight, but just nice and detangled and sort of smoothed out. And all we want to do is connect. You see there, it just connects through there. And it's giving us really nice, balanced face frame through there. So you can call it butterfly cut, shag, long layers, wolf cut, whatever you want to call it. But we've got that real nice balanced shape there. Now when it comes to the layers, I'm going to pull that back section out. I'm just going to clip that out of the way. As well, I just want to give a bit of a shout out. Let's give a big shout out in this video. Joico products, everything that I'm using to work through the hair and blow dry with, unbelievable. Alpha Italia for the scissors and combs, hairdryer, straighteners, everything I'll be using. And Simply Hair literally sent me a massive box. Clips, tinsel for the hair, it's really cool. Foil, balayage boards, clips, loads. So yeah, thank you for that, Amy from Simply Hair. Right, what I want to do, just section through here, and I want to bring it up to the ceiling. And then this is where we're going to put in our layering. Now I want to put in some layers that are just fall into there. Again, if you want a wolf cut, we go shorter. Butterfly cut, a bit longer. But what I'm doing is I'm working from this middle point on top of the head, pushing it up to there, and just taking my layering length that I want to take. Elevate, create softness, find that guide. So I said this is the quickest way to layer hair, because you've got it all sectioned out, all ready to go. You elevate, which is creating softness, and you've got a little sort of GPS map of where you want to go, because it's all sectioned out already for you. Let's pull that clip out. And that's just sitting in beautifully with the rest of that haircut. Good section. Now a guide. We take off the top of that diamond just there. There it is there. Bring that hair up. Make sure it's over the middle. Point cut. Create even more softness. Even though we're elevating, it's going to be soft anyway. But if we can point cut to make it even softer, you can blunt cut if you want to blunt cut and then refine a lot more and everything once it's all dry. There's the strong guide coming in there. And then this last piece through here. And the reason we know this is going to be balanced is because we're using that as our guide. So it's going to balance up perfectly. Guide. Just making sure that that hair is traveling up there. So we're pushing it up to that point as if it's coming straight out of the head up there. This hair is going to that, creating a little bit of like over direction, but creating all that elevation. And it gives us a beautifully soft layered haircut. We've got 2 sections to go. Clip that fringe out so we don't pull it up, but it's going to be shorter anyway, so we're not really going to affect it. We're going to take our section through here, and these are 3 sections. That's all it is, 3 sections. Right, we're going to pull the top of both diamonds from the back there. There's our guide where my fingers are. So this comes up to here. Body position would be here, but I just want to be able to show, actually. I think it's probably better for you if I stand there, isn't it? Yeah. So there's my guide, just there. Make sure that hair's pushed up. Point cut. Take another section. Actually, these front ones, because they're so small and this hair's quite like lacking in density, we can do it in 2 sections. I'll still be able to see my guide. There's my guide just there. And then what this is going to do, those layers are going to blend perfectly into the side. Now, one of the questions is going to be, how do you know how much to take off the top when it comes to layering? Now, it just becomes like, I do this haircut a lot, and it just becomes a bit of like second nature as to where I want the hair to fall and everything. So it's just a bit of like, it's my go-to for long layers. So I really know where I want them to sit. But you could use your comb length. So you could go into here and you could be like, right, I'm going to go there. Or you could go your comb length and then what, half again. You could do that. And that's where mine is, comb length and half again. So there's my guide popping through. Take my hair up to it. And then remember, because this is lacking in density, we're doing 2 sections. If you can't see your guide, take your sections thinner. Find the guide, make sure we're going over, pushing the hair over that center point. Because what that's going to do is going to maintain length as well, because we're pushing away from it a little bit. And then again, just so you can see, those layers just blend in perfectly with the rest of the haircut. And that's it. Super quick haircut. Super quick way to long layer. Butterfly cut, wolf cut, shag. And it fits people's head shapes because we're working on the planes of everybody's head. So again, I worked on a plane there, plane there, plane there, and plane there. A plane is the flat point of somebody's head. So just long layered haircut. I'll get it blow dried and then bring you the end result. So there we go, guys. That is it, blow dried. What do you think? Just lovely, swooshy blow dry. Let me get this. You'll be able to see it better. But beautifully balanced, and it works. Like I said, any long haircuts you want to do, you can change this up. Go shorter, longer, whatever you want to achieve. Butterfly layers, wolf cut, or just your standard long layered haircut in the salon. But look, it gives you that beautiful face frame that everybody's wanting now. Butterfly bangs, if you want to call it that. But beautiful and symmetrical. Really nice haircut, and really simple. Those you could, with what I meant to say as well, with those sections like we left out around the perimeter, if you want to leave them, leave them. Just put the internal layering in there. You've got a beautiful, long, layered haircut. But yeah, this is it. As is, like that. This mannequin as well, I'm not blaming my tools or anything, but this mannequin is stitched so hard. Down the back in the middle is like big black bits, and this fringe doesn't want to play ball either. We get a little bit of spray, there we go. I just want it out the face. The symmetrical balance, we've got the length, we've got the density down the bottom as well, but we've got that real sort of soft flick in. This haircut here, I had a client, she came to me from watching me on YouTube, just from watching my understanding and ability to break down a haircut so much that she travelled from London, took her 2 hours 55 minutes, so nearly 3 hours, to come to the salon on, when was it, Friday. And she'd been going to salon after salon and she couldn't really get the haircut that she wanted. And it was very much like really heavy on top, and then there was nothing. So it was like a layer and then nothing. When people talk about 2 layers, it was literally a layer and then just length. So I had to blend it through, and I did this. This was the haircut I did. And she left us a review. If I can find it on the system, I'll pop it up here so you can see. But yeah, she travelled all that way to get a haircut. And all of these people that watch me on here, so thank you so much, asked me about cutting your hair. I'm so glad that, because my being able to break down haircuts into ponytail haircuts inspire you to come to me to cut your hair, because you feel that I really understand how hair works. That's why I do it. I don't do it to show people how to do their hair at home. I do it to show people that I can really break down a haircut to the point of 2 sections and then really go elaborate. I mean, I could put as many sections in there as possible to create the same haircut, but for an impact, and be like, look, that's a haircut, bang on trend. If you come to the salon, I won't be doing that as a ponytail. I'll be doing it more like this. But yeah, I hope you really like this, because if you do struggle with timings in the salon, if you're a hairdresser and you think, oh, I'd love a real quick way to be able to lay a hair, this is it. Diamond on top, elevate, over direct to the middle, and you've got beautiful balanced layers that melt together. So yeah, I'll show you the back as well, because people always say he never shows the back of his haircuts. There we go. I'll get out of the way because my black t-shirt. But look, got that little bevel there. You've got the shortness of the layers that are still all through here to give you that volume. But there we go. We've maintained all that length down the bottom. And look at that beautiful shape. So yeah, if it's helped you, let me know in the comments down below. If you're a hairdresser and you're going to use it, I'd love to know. Add me on Instagram, paulwatts.life and paulwattshair. And if you do haircuts, tag me in them. I'd love to start seeing that. So yeah, from both of us, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.